Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're diving into a story that's been making headlines and stirring curiosity among fans, Kristin Cavallari and her long-standing feud with the Kardashians. Many have wondered, what's the real reason behind this tension? Well, I've done the digging, and today I'll walk you through the history, the connections, the clashes, and the business rivalries that have kept this feud alive. So, let's get right into it. Kristin Cavallari's rise to fame. Before we get into the feud itself, let's take a step back. Kristin Cavallari first burst onto the scene in the early 2000s on MTV's Laguna Beach. She quickly gained attention for her bold personality and no-nonsense approach. Later, she went on to star in The Hills and then Very Cavallari, which gave fans an inside look at her business and personal life. While Kristin was carving out her path in reality television, another family was making waves, the Kardashians. Their show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, premiered in 2007, around the same time Kristin was still connected to The Hills. From the start, comparisons were inevitable. Both Kristin and the Kardashian sisters were young, glamorous, and constantly in the spotlight. The Brody Jenner connection. One of the first sparks of tension came from Kristin's connection to Brody Jenner. Kristin briefly dated Brody during her time on The Hills. Brody, as many know, is the son of Caitlyn Jenner, which made him stepbrother to Kendall, Kylie, and the rest of the Kardashian sisters. Now, the relationship itself wasn't very serious, but it put Kristin in the orbit of the Kardashian-Jenner family. Rumors swirled that the Kardashians weren't thrilled about Kristin's involvement with Brody, especially since her role on The Hills was often portrayed as dramatic and controversial. Some sources suggest that Kim and Kourtney in particular felt Kristin was trying to use her ties to the Jenner family to boost her own fame. Kristin's unfiltered opinions. If there's one thing Kristin is known for, it's her honesty. Over the years, she has made several remarks that fans interpreted as subtle digs at the Kardashian family. For example, Kristin has spoken about how her shows, while edited, were more real than some other reality TV franchises. While she didn't always name names, fans connected her comments to the Kardashians, whose show has long been criticized for being overly polished and scripted. She also emphasized in interviews that she preferred authenticity and hated the idea of being fake for cameras. In Hollywood, that kind of remark can easily be seen as shade, especially when directed at a family whose brand is built on carefully curated images. The business rivalry. The feud didn't just stay in the world of TV. Kristin is also a businesswoman. She launched her jewelry and lifestyle brand, Uncommon James, and quickly built a strong following. But when you step into industries like fashion, lifestyle, and beauty, you're stepping right into Kardashian territory. The Kardashians dominate those spaces with brands like Skims, Good American, Kylie Cosmetics, and more. While Kristin's brand is more boutique and niche, there's no denying that she's competing in the same field. Some insiders believe Kristin has grown frustrated that independent entrepreneurs often get overshadowed by the Kardashian empire. She has openly talked about how challenging it is to succeed in a market where certain celebrity families hold so much influence. Hollywood circles and social clashes. Aside from business and TV, Kristin has also hinted at personal differences. In various interviews and podcast appearances, she's mentioned that Hollywood can feel fake and that she distances herself from certain types of people. Although she didn't drop names, many fans speculated she was referencing the Kardashians. The Kardashians, for their part, have rarely acknowledged Kristin directly. Their silence has often been seen as a strategic move, a way of showing that they don't feel the need to address her comments. Still, the lack of acknowledgement doesn't mean there's no tension. Hollywood insiders have claimed for years that the two camps simply don't get along, especially at events where they've crossed paths. Why it's back in the spotlight? So why is this feud getting so much attention now? Recently, Kristin has been more outspoken in interviews and on her podcast. She's been reflecting on her career, her struggles in the entertainment industry, and her experiences in business. When asked about challenges, she has hinted at powerful families who dominate Hollywood and make it harder for others to get recognized. Fans were quick to connect the dots, reigniting conversations about her history with the Kardashians. This timing is also interesting because the Kardashian family themselves are under more scrutiny than ever. Critics have pointed out that their cultural influence isn't as strong as it once was, and audiences are seeking more authentic, relatable figures. Kristin's candidness feels refreshing to many, making her comments resonate even more. The real reason behind the feud. After looking at the history, the connections, and the patterns, the real reason behind Kristin Cavallari's feud with the Kardashians seems to come down to three things: authenticity, competition, and control. Kristin prides herself on being raw, unfiltered, and authentic. The Kardashians, on the other hand, have built their empire on careful image-making and brand control. Their approaches to fame couldn't be more different. Add in the Brody Jenner connection, Kristin's outspoken remarks, and the business overlap, and you have a recipe for long-lasting tension. At its core, it's not just about one incident or one comment. It's about two very different worlds colliding: Kristin's independent, tell-it-like-it-is approach versus the Kardashians' carefully managed empire. Closing message. So, what do you think? Is Kristin Cavallari simply standing up for authenticity in an industry that often rewards image over substance? Or is this feud more about competition and business than personal differences? Whatever the case, it's clear that the history between Kristin and the Kardashians runs deep and isn't going away anytime soon. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments, and hit that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown. See you in the next story.